So last on the list, I watched Wonder Woman 1964, and it was terrible. Okay, now I liked the first Wonder Woman. Okay, so that already kind of starts it off there. I like the first Wonder Woman, and before I get into any more, I'm not going to spoil anything because I want to give time for people to watch it. But it is on HBO Max, I believe, and it's also in theaters. But number one, the writing and pacing was entirely off. I mean, this was one of the worst, like, written and paced movies I've ever seen, specifically for a hero type of film. There were so many times when you just kind of had the just slow, nothing really happening, and some things that were, when the action was happening, even it was boring because it just dragged for so long for no reason at all. It was just, let's just fill in time. I mean, this movie is almost 2.5 hours long, which is extremely long for a hero type of film. And I'm telling you right now, there's going to be about 30, 45 minutes or so in there that you can entirely cut out of this film and it will be no different. No different. It does not feel like a hero film. So if you're going there to see a lot of action, this is not going to happen. There's way more just talking. It feels like a romantic comedy type of thing. It's really awkward. The acting's really odd. I mean, Gal Gadot did a fine job, and the antagonist guy, he did a fine job as well. But just the rest of it was not good whatsoever. There was a point where she started using a power that she's never used before, that nobody knew that she had. I haven't seen anything this bad in a while, as far as it goes for big budget movies. And this one being a $200 million budget, which is really bad considering what it is. And the CGI is just the worst I've seen in a budgeted film like this. I can't believe, I don't know where their money went. The whole $200 million, but it surely wasn't on the production whatsoever. So there were a few articles that actually came out about a week ago before the movie came out, basically saying that the villain in the film was a Trump-esque figure. Now, that is not true. You'll have to let me know in the comments or whatever it is if you think that, but from what I saw, this guy had no relation to Trump whatsoever. I mean, I don't even want to imagine how Hollywood would even depict Trump besides nothing but negative. Now, the movie is a little woke, and a lot of people were concerned about that. I mean, there's a lot of scenes of just kind of men are evil, men are bad, men are going to hurt you if you're walking down the street. And basically there's kind of a point where it's trying to allude to the fact that it's like, there's this woman and she wants attention from men, and it shows this toxic masculinity because they're all ignoring her. And she did this and they ignored her. They walked past her. She dropped something. They didn't help her pick it up. There's that kind of thrown in there. And then all of a sudden it's like, that's too much attention for men when everything changes, right? Like you can't have it both ways. And this film tries to have it both ways so much. It's pretty obvious. Now, even without the woke stuff, it's just technically a bad film. There's just nothing really in it that I think that a lot of people will enjoy. I mean, great, if you want to turn your mind off and kind of just watch something, I think it's fine. I don't think it's overtly political, but there's definitely a lot of the man-hating stuff in there. So if that's not something you're a fan of, don't watch it, or watch it and let me know what you think about it as well. So either way, I give it like a 4 out of 10 maybe, if I were to attach a score to it. It's not the worst movie I've seen, but it's definitely a massive step down from the first one and from what you come to expect from a lot of different DC films, especially the more recent ones. You just watched a clip from The William Hall Show. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.